According to court documents, the teen confessed to killing his younger siblings after a relative told investigators he also mutilated a kitten.
The incident involving the kitten, that was when Nick was really wanting to talk to me, and he was being prevented to do that by the Department of Child Services, and that didn't sit well with him. He didn't realize what he was doing, and he squeezed the kitten a little too hard, and it passed away. I have never seen my son be violent, no.
We agree something's gone terribly wrong here. 2 children have lost their lives. And I am very troubled. I fully expect you to want to protect your son and advocate and stand up for him. Even you admit that it was by his hand that these 2 children are dead.
Yes.
Okay. But I hear you trivializing and justifying, well, he may have squeezed a kitten too hard. This kitten's intestines were coming out, had 3 holes in its head. He didn't just, oh, whoops. He mutilated this animal and killed it. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. This is a troubled young man, true?
Yeah, he is definitely troubled, and that's what I really want people to understand is that, you know, up until all this that had happened, he had not been like this. And now that this has happened, he's a completely different person.
But see, when I hear you trivializing it, justifying it, minimizing it, there's not one chance in hell I would turn the child back over to you, because I'm saying, you don't get it.
You know, I love my kids unconditionally, and that means that I have to support them. That doesn't mean that I have to agree or that I have to accept or that I have to forgive, but I do have to support him.
I want to take a look at some things that you have refuted here. On 9/11/2017, according to news, great aunt described Nicholas as having a bad temper, sometimes reminded her of the Hulk. And you say, no, he's fun-loving, lovable, and helpful. Mm-hmm. Then, according to the news, Nick mutilated not 1 but 2 kittens. And you say, well, Nick was upset because he wanted to talk to his mom, and DCS prevented that, and he may have squeezed the kitten too hard and it passed away.
But I took that very seriously. Like I said, I got on the phone immediately trying to get him help right then and there. I have said to law enforcement and even to the judges, if you truly believe that my son is so full of anger and so full of, you know, who knows what, unpredictability, why do you have him in a juvenile facility where he can hurt other children instead of in the secure mental institution where I had him, where they know how to treat him and keep him safe?
Which is a fair question, except you're defusing, trivializing, minimizing the very things that would trigger that kind of care for him, because you said, oh, no, he squeezed a kitten and it passed away. He didn't squeeze a kitten and passed away. He mutilated, tortured, and killed the cat. I mean, that's what happened. 12/13/17, according to the news, Nick told detectives he saved siblings from hell and the chains of fire. You say that's taken out of context by investigators. Nick was talking about something he watched on TV. 12/13/17, according to the news, Nick told detectives didn't want siblings to live in hell that he had to live in, defined hell as chores, which we mentioned. You said taken out of context because he always asked to do chores. Yeah. In looking back at this, what did you miss?
I think I missed the signs of what other people perceived as possible depression. If he would have been evaluated and we would have known, and the department would have allowed me to do what the mother instinct was and just allow me to have him evaluated, I think maybe Nathaniel's death would have been prevented.
Tell me exactly what he said and did when you told him Desiree is dead.
This is when I started to question things. The moment I walked in, Nick said to me, "Mom, where's Desiree?" I began to cry, and I was telling him Desiree is home, just not our home any longer, that she had passed away and that she was in her forever home. And my son was just spaced. I mean, there was no affect. There was nothing there.